Oh, it's double goat action, right? Double goat action right here. Look at this. It looks a little bit like a Young Money Radio scenario. Man, I missed that show. When are we getting Young Money Radio back, Lil Wayne? When are we getting Young Money Radio back?
Man, how you feeling? That was your first question?
That's my first question, bro. I go straight in because I'm a fan. Let's go. How are you, bro?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Wonderful. Thanks for taking the time. I'm serious, man. That show is like a game changer.
Man, thank you. It was fun doing. It's fun doing the show. Actually, Mac back and forth with everybody right now. So once it hit the you already know. Once it hit the account. Oh, man, we all good.
Hey, just before we get rich up and talk about this exciting project, what was one of your favorite experiences doing that show? Looking back on it now, season 1, what did you love? Like, what was one of your favorite moments from Young Money Radio?
Being outside of myself, meaning not having to, having the pleasure to do what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Basically ask the questions and not be the one answering them. And
Yeah.
not that I don't love doing that, but it was just, something like I said, something outside of myself. So that was the best feeling about it, just knowing that every night it came, every night it comes on, with all the guests I got, it's nothing about me. It's all about them.
It was such a deep curiosity to that show as well. It was amazing the ground you covered, and we knew you had deep relationships in the music business, but you covered so much ground within a holistic space, the lifestyle space, the political space. Man, it was a real 360 experience, huh?
I mean, because there was so many different guests on there, I had to expand my mind and I had to make sure I knew what I was talking about, know who I was talking to.
I thought your conversation recently as well about mental health was really powerful. How did you feel after having that conversation? Because they say the truth will set you free, and never more so that when it comes to your own mental health.
I'd be lying if I say I didn't feel a little relieved, like a burden or whatever was off of my shoulder, off my back, off my shoulder, whatever, just something off of in this mental stress. So it was like it was a stress reliever. So, and also, it was the platform that it was on that made it the best. It was my man. Shout out my man, Emmy Acho.
Yeah.
He's just a personal friend. He's just a homie.
And you have to have that conversation with someone like that. Yeah, that's why it's so important.
Exactly. That's what he does. That's what he do. That's his thing. That's what he do. So for him, I just hit him up like, you know what, Acho, I got something I want to talk about. And truth be told, he didn't even ask me what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't even ask me, like, there was no prep, like, what you want to talk about? What is it going to be? I was like, nah, man, I just want, talk about some mental health, something I went through myself. He was like, man, I would love to have you on there. And that's how it all went. That's why if anyone that checked it out, you can see as I'm telling him the facts, he's sitting there like forgetting that he was doing the show. He was like, wait, what?
Yeah, and a great conversation is that when you find yourself having a meeting of minds with somebody and the conversation channel is wide open, it stops being promo. It stops being any of those things that wear people down. And that, as someone who has asked artists to dance about architecture a majority of my life, i.e. talk about something that you make so you don't have to talk about it, I understand the strain that it creates, which is why it's so important to me that I give artists a chance to have that conversation now too, right? So it's not just going one way.
Exactly.
Should we get Young Tunchi up? Should we get the kid, man?
Let's get him in.
Let's get him in. Let's get Rich the Kid up, man. You already know. Oh, it's double goat action, right? Double goat action right here. Look at this. Rich the Kid, both of you lined up. Man, the framing is perfect. Rich, we've been waiting for this tape, man. You've been diligently keeping us across what you've been working on, and now the people finally have it. How does it feel to know people are finally getting this glory?
Man, it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to get the response of the fans. I know they're going to go crazy when they hear it.
Seriously crazy. That track, that record with the rewind beat?
That one is crazy.
That one is nuts.
We work hard.
I want to talk a little bit about how this came together, because it's really clear the two of you worked hard on this. In collaborative spaces, often the headline can sometimes be more powerful than the result, because we get a lot of energy out of the announcement and the music doesn't live up. This is not one of those moments. So starting with you, Wayne, what brought you into this experience and made you want to give so much? Because you give so much on this record.
First of all, how it came together, Rich like my little bro from day one. Me and Rich been rocking for years, and it's just been, we always said we was gonna do something. We might do a song here and there. We locked it in and got in there and said we put our minds to it and did it. And as far as as far as much as I gave on that, I do that every time I do anything.
But there's so many bars in this. I mean, you two are literally passing the mic back and forth the entire way. Rich, you know, for you, having someone like Wayne, who's obviously been a huge inspiration for you throughout your life, this is manifest destiny, is it not? This is one of those moments when you realize that the seed grows from the soil.
He's been my inspiration from like when I first started, like even before I was doing music. I remember like parts in my life where his mixtapes just got me through life. You know what I'm saying? Like dead, like where I didn't know what I was doing, but his mixtapes and his music inspired me to go out there and hustle and find a way to make it happen.
That's love.
Yeah, I mean, just a few words now that we're in an open space. As an artist who's been chasing and forging your own path for the longest time, Wayne, when you hear other artists pass it back to you like that, and you realize that you're now in legacy mode as well as still making contemporary smashes like this mixtape, you're inspiring now. You're in probably 2 generations of inspiration. How does that make you feel in your heart?
I don't think there's a word that can explain the feeling that I actually get. You know what I mean? When just the actual feeling. There's no word for that feeling. You can say grateful, thankful, I feel honored up, but nah, it's 1,000, a million levels above that when it comes to the actual feeling.
Yeah.
I want to capitalize on something Rich said. A lot of people always tell me how my music, my mixtapes, or a certain song or something got them through a certain point of in their lives. I be wanting them to know. I don't never say it, but I always want them to know. Me doing that song at that certain time too is what got me through that point in my life as well.
That's when you know it's authentic. When it speaks to you in the same way it speaks to others, then you know you've hit that magic space.
I was looking for my damn chain. This man got my chain. I knew I left it.
Rich, did you jack the man's chain and now are you wearing it on FaceTime?
Man, listen, man, Tunchi, that's my brother, man.
A lot of big boss talk on this, and understandably so. You know, Wayne, you've established yourself in boss mode now. And Rich, we've spoken about this. One of the things I really admire about you isn't just the music you make, but is the way that you run your business and the way that you focus on your business. You're punctual, on time, you share the information, you stay engaged, and you're in the detail. You don't let somebody else run it, you run it. So just from your perspective at this point, starting with you, Rich, what are the key elements to being the boss that you want to be? What are you focused on right now to stay sharp?
Elevating everything, my brand, my music, you know what I'm saying, my label. It's always about elevating to the next level. You know, watching Tune, how he built his empire. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, learning from him because he, you know, that's the GOAT, you feel me? So I'm just trying to elevate and learn more.
Before I let you go, I just want to ask individually, because you're the sum of all parts, starting with you, Rich, now that this is done, what are you focused on right now just to keep the wheel turning?
Getting ready for Sip T, my artist. He's from Mississippi. He got his project coming out next, so we're gearing up for Sip T project.
Congratulations. Tunch, what are you working on right now? What's keeping you busy?
I'm working on my album.
How's it going?
It sucks. It's just terrible. Just the worst. In here trying to paint pictures. That's all, man.